Hey guys, it's Celine Moon Goddess Tarot here with another pickle card reading. If you have been a little faithful person, still subscribed, and whether you hit subscribe and forgot about me because I hardly ever post, thank you for being here. I guess do readings when I'm inspired to do so. I thought I started this channel thinking that I was going to be able to like pump out readings, and for some reason that's not happening. So it is what it is. So thank you for staying subscribed. This reading today is going to be all about why is this happening. So sometimes we're presented with things in our life. We have changes that come in and out, or we're presented with situations that we're not familiar with, and we need clarity about like, why is this happening? Why? Sometimes it is about introspective thinking and growth. Sometimes it's just circumstantial, it's just kind of one of those things. But we're going to dive into that today. I have 3 decks here. Let's see if I can remember the name of this deck. I think this is let me see here. Bear with me here. So this is the Uncommon Tarot. This is the Dream Keepers Tarot. And this is the Mystical... Gotchas. Excuse me. The Star Tarot. Not even mystical. Nothing mystical about that. The Star Tarot. And then we're going to pick some oracle cards from The Universe Has Your Back, and some Moonology cards. Okay? Alright. Let's get started. I've already saged and did all of that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and start with pile 1. Actually, before we get started, if this is your first time here, the way pickle card readings work is you pick a pile that speaks to you, that, I don't know, speaks, sparks curiosity in your mind, okay? And you pick that, and then in the description below, you just open it, and you're going to see some timestamps for each pile, okay? A little disclaimer: if anybody with Celine Moon Goddess name is soliciting for any kind of for you to buy readings from them, that's not me. I don't do personal readings. I mean, I do for my friends occasionally, but it's not something that I solicit. It's not something I would ever message somebody about. So please ignore those people. I heard that there's a lot of scammers out there. Okay. All right. So pause the video. Go ahead and pick a pile that speaks to you, and let's get started. Okay, pile 1. What or why is this happening? Why is this happening? You might want to lower the volume with the shuffling. Sometimes that's pretty loud here. I do like to live shuffle because when I watch tarot readings, I like that I get to see the cards kind of come out. So for pile 1, Spirit, why is this happening here? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Okay, we'll start there. Why is this happening? Just so you know, I don't read reversals. I don't know. I feel like there's enough in tarot to, be intuitive enough to pick up any negativity or reversed meanings. So there's that. Okay. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. So give me a second here. To me, this speaks to me about growth, about becoming more mature, about becoming more enlightened, and you're being challenged with something, or you've been going through a challenging time. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, let's see if you can see this really good. Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knights in tarot, we have kings, queens, and knights. Pentacles are earth energy, so you know, any earth kind of horoscope sign, like, you know, I think Taurus is one, Capricorn I believe is another. Well, correct me if I'm wrong though, it's not my forte to do the horoscope signs and stuff. But if you look at this picture here, you see the knight, he's got his pentacle here, and he's got, you know, some stars or even fireflies coming out of his head there, and the moon is kind of shadowed. So I feel like there's been a lot of effort for you to you're really desiring to have enlightenment. You're really desiring to be spiritually enlightened. You know, I see the bunch of crystals here and dragonflies and all of this kind of signs of mysticism and stuff. We have like a raccoon tail, I think is what that is, and we have some feathers hanging and a bunch of spirals, you know, and sometimes we get really we get distracted and we get sucked into our mind, kind of like a hamster wheel. We just keep going thinking, all right, I've decided to work on myself here. But then time passes and you're like, why is this taking so long? And I thought I was on the right path. I thought this is the right thing to do. I thought that, you know, looking inside was going to be exactly what I need to be doing, which is true. That is true. Your intentions are pure there. I don't think that, you know, you are trying to be fake. There are people out there that are misled and they try to be, you know, quote unquote woke or whatever, but they're not really engaging with their inner spirituality and their, you know, inner child. They're kind of just wanting to have a persona that is woke, but not necessarily doing the hard work. And it is hard work. It is hard work. So hard that not many people choose to do it. And usually when you're compelled to do it is because of a burden. It's because of something, and that brings us to the Ten of Swords. Usually it is because of some challenging thing that comes into our life that forces us to seek knowledge, because there is no other way. There's no other way to find respite or relief from the pressure that we feel. And so it forces us to go in. And sometimes our circumstances in our life, that is the exact reason why they are put there. They are put there to hard press us on each side, on every side, in order to force us to look at our heart. You know, you see these lightning bolts represent the swords, and the Ten of Swords speaks to being completely filled with emotional, well, not emotional, actually more mental burdens, spiritual burdens, enlightenment burdens, burdens that you can't figure out, things that are just, you feel stuck. And what's interesting about the Ten of Swords is there's a sense of defeat usually in the card. Usually it's like someone on the floor and they're stabbed with like the 10 swords usually. Here, this card, I love this deck, by the way. It just depicts it as more of like, you know, these swords are causing this heart to be awakened, you know, that star in the middle, but it's also causing pain. The blood, there's blood kind of dripping down there. And so it is the combination of enlightenment with pain. And I've been through this myself, and honestly, it is hard to figure out. There is a time where you spend your time just kind of ruminating over why you're suffering the things that you're suffering. And the Knight of Pentacles, Pentacles in general, is a very slow-moving card. It's a very slow-moving thing happening in your life, whatever it is. It is a young energy also, so that's why I feel like it's connected to a coming of age or of maturity. And the one thing that I do also love about this card is the rainbow. I don't know if you can see it because of there's kind of like a shine from my light, but there is a rainbow and stars behind there. And so rainbows for me always signify a promise of the sun shining again, right? Like when you go through things in your life, sometimes it is hard to see that it is going to end. Sometimes you think, well, this is just my lot in life. I'm just meant to be alone, or I'm meant to suffer this much, or it's my, you know, a helplessness, right? Like you think that you can't, that there isn't going to be, you know, a day where you don't feel the burden that you feel. And the rainbow for me has always been that promise that, you know, it doesn't rain forever. You know, storms don't last forever, no matter how terrible they are. Think of the worst storms ever. Katrina, you know, Hurricane, was it Maria for Puerto Rico? horrible storms. They caused a lot of destruction, but they didn't last forever, and they really don't. And when it comes to personal growth and understanding, the Ten of Swords for me is and the number 10 in numerology is kind of the ending of something, the beginning of something new. And you have the Five of Wands here. Now, Five of Wands, wands represent like passion and movement. And the Five of Wands typically means like, usually it is depicted with a bunch of people grabbing their wands, eagerly trying to do something, right? They're trying to do something with their wands, and they're like pointing in one direction, another person's pointing in the other. And it gives me the feeling of like misguided intentions, misguided, efforts that are disorganized and misguided and not producing anything cohesively. And it's depicted much different in this deck. You have this woman here, and she's got a bunch of lilies. Lilies always tiger lilies remind me of death for some reason, even though I think they are associated with death, right? But here, she's holding a bunch of tiger lilies, and there's this river of fire underneath her, and the wands are here, but the wands are, interestingly, they're not just sticks. They have little sprouts at the end of them. And stars for me represent promise. They represent hope of, that long-standing hope, right? When you look at the stars in the sky, for me, I always wonder, how long have they been shining? Like, they've been shining for millions and millions and millions of years, or they're already dead and we're still seeing the shine, despite what the actual thing is, right? Or the age of the actual star. We're still seeing it here on Earth, and then it's almost like her hair dissolves into the top of this volcano. So this card speaks both of peace, quietness, and rapid explosion, and that is where the hot and cold, disorganized energy is really coming from. And when I see this in the Ten of Wands, I think that is, where your frustration is lying. That really shows your frustration there. That, it is misguided. Like all of this hard work that you've been trying to do, it feels like this Five of Wands situation where you're like, I'm trying, I'm doing the best I can, and it's not going the way I want it. It's not working out. And there is an air of like hot and cold. Like one day you probably might be feeling like, maybe I just need to do this better. Maybe I need to read this book. Maybe there's something here for me. Maybe I need to start working out. Maybe this, maybe that. It's not working. You're staying stuck. So after this, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Now this is something encouraging, because it seems like the transition here from the Five of Wands is quite dramatic. You're going from a disorganized energy here to a very majestic, peaceful energy. Now queens, in general, especially the Queen of Pentacles represents rebirth. Usually there's little, typically, let me see if there is in this card. I don't think there is. A lot of times they'll have like a rabbit. They'll have like anything that speaks to fertility. But here she is set deeply into the forest, and there's a lot of these spirals, right? Like we were talking about with the Knight of Pentacles has the same thing. And all of these pentacles kind of on the tree here. Those are pentacles. I think actually those are golden apples is what those are. And we have the color blue. We have, the color purple is, I believe, the crown chakra, and blue is the heart chakra. Or I have it backwards. Actually, I think blue is crown and purple is heart. Anyway, okay. Obviously, I don't know that much about that either, right? But anyway, the whole point of this card is that it speaks of being fruitful. It speaks of growth and rebirth. It speaks of maturity also, and a steady maturity, not a maturity that is sometimes when you're mature, we can tend to be a little arrogant about our maturity, like we know it all. Like, if you know tarot, kind of like the King of Wands or the Queen of Wands, right? We kind of know what we're doing. Don't tell us, you can't tell it's different kind of thing. This is a more humble maturity here, and a very lush and abundant maturity. And you have all of the elements. You have water here. We have, we don't have sun, but we do have earth. and there's wood that kind of reminds me of the wands. And I feel like, I think everything here coming soon is going to really come together for you. That I think, the advice here is to keep steady and to keep on going. I just heard a quote the other day that said, healing is not a linear journey. It is not a journey that we go on and expect it to go to point A to point B and then Z and we're done. And sometimes a lot of us who intellectualize our emotions and our situations tend to want to just do that with our spiritual healing because it seems logical, of course, right? I mean, it's more organized and controlled. And when you intellectualize things in your life, I kind of can tend to do that, definitely. I analyze, I intellectualize, I try to put things together in a very matter-of-fact way. And when I started going on my spiritual journey, it smacked me in my fucking face that, no, baby, this is not the way it's going to happen. It's going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. It's going to unfold in ways that are going to cause you to have a lot of pain. You're going to have to heal some huge things that you have in your heart. And that is going to feel like this. It's going to feel disorganized. It's going to feel hot and cold. There's going to be days where you feel like you're peaceful and ready to grow and blossom, and days that you're going to explode like a volcano. Like, why can't I move past this issue? Why does this issue keep coming forward in my life? And, I think the universe is telling you, God, universe, I say universe, but whatever, the higher power is telling you that you just keep going, And another thing too, like this kaleidoscope looking thing here reminds me also of what healing is like. It reminds me that it is like a kaleidoscope. When you think of how complex our mind, our consciousness is, we as humans don't really understand the vastness of our consciousness. We don't understand, we're not taught from little children. We're not taught to connect to our spiritual mind. And it is very complex, and it is so much like the universe. When you look at the galaxies, when you just Google how many galaxies are out there, there are a lot of videos of graphics that kind of show what we've figured out so far. But there are billions of separate galaxies out there, that we have yet to discover. And it reminds me, when you see the pictures, it reminds me, if you come from a science background or not, if you ever Google what neurons look like in the brain, it reminds me of the same thing, where you have these little beings, these little kind of circle things that sprout out and attach to something else and attach to something else. And I think that's how healing is. It's like we gain some understanding, right, which is one of these little lights, and then we connect it to something else, and we're able to heal from it, and then move on to something else, and so on. And it is not linear. It can go all over the place, like the Five of Wands, And then lastly, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles, I don't know if you are a female or not. Gender really isn't, for me, I don't consider gender in tarot, but there is something to be said about energy, and feminine energy and masculine energy, and we all embody some of both. And at the end, it's interesting that we started off with the Knight of Pentacles, and it is a masculine energy, a young masculine energy. This person also looks like a male. This person looks like a female. And then it's interesting how it does transition to then you go from this female to then this mature female to now the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is all about, like, it represents again, a female energy, but a female energy that is completely, let's see, there you can see it. A female energy that is completely soothed and healed from within. One that is peaceful, that is living in the present. Not, they say that anxiety is being worried about the future, and that depression is being, mourning the past that you can't change, and you get stuck in this rut of just going back and forth between anxiety, depression, trying to figure things out. That Five of Wands energy, that energy is completely void here in this card. You have the Nine of Pentacles. It reminds me of like Snow White. She's got a little bird in her hands, like everything is good, everything is healed. Now, we never, to be honest with you, this card is really talking about ending a stage in a sense. Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, all those other nines are usually, an echo of things are coming to an end. With the Pentacles, because Pentacles talk about like, earthly things, so things like home, house, finances, all of that stuff. So that's what it really talks about. And when you think about the Nine of Pentacles, it's like everything that this person, needed in the most, elementary way, the needs have been fulfilled. The understanding has taken place. She does not need anything. She's got a castle there. She finds herself financially stable. She finds herself not needing anything else. And also having this Panther here really speaks to me of the Strength card. And the Strength card is a major arcana card that has a woman who is with a lion and just has tamed the lion, has been able to conquer so very much. And here it reminds me of the same thing, and there is more of a gentle energy, a gentle, peaceful energy. This energy of the Five of Wands is not there anymore. The understanding that what the universe is wanting you to learn has come to an end for that cycle. Let's pick some more cards out here. So let's see. So let me think here. I want to kind of know, tell me more about the problem for pile 1. Tell me more about the problem that pile 1 wants to know why it's happening. Can you tell me more about the problem? Okay. Wow, we got a lot of cards, so let's see. Well, first of all, we got the Tower. All right, so definitely there's a life-shaking thing happening here. Something has... Well, the Tower, usually it's depicted by a building that lightning has struck and people are falling from the building. Here, I'm not sure if those are people. I don't think those are people, but it does look like branches, I think, that are falling. And you have the sun. You have the sun on one side, and you have like a falling star on the other, and then this dove here that represents hope, right? And then the sky is opening up and it's sunny there, so some people think that the Tower card is a bad card to get, and it's not. Really what it is it represents a life-changing event or an epiphany or something that completely changes your perspective on things. And the question I asked was, what is this problem? So it is an active thing that's happened in your life, whether it be a relationship, maybe somebody has decided to end their relationship with you, or you have had an epiphany that it's time for you to end a relationship with someone, and it's taken you by surprise because you thought you were on a good path already. You were feeling burdens and you thought you were going in the right direction, but clearly it could be that this relationship has become a burden and become disorganized, and every time you try to fix it, it does not work. Misguided efforts. And then when we look at this energy change here, this is why I wanted to do what the problem was, because it is quite striking how we have these cards and then suddenly these nice cards about the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Tower card. We have the Three of Pentacles. So Three of Pentacles speaks about work. This could also be what's going on. This is a beautiful card. It has the Three Pentacles have three little turtles on there, and the three turtles to me is slow energy, but it is energy that you can trust. Like, you can always trust that the little turtles, how they say they're the last ones to win the race, but they don't stop. They're pretty persistent. They are, they can be delicate, but they're also pretty tough with their shell. And so the Three of Pentacles can definitely mean something that you've really worked really hard on, that you want to show your efforts to other people at work, perhaps. Maybe that didn't happen. Or maybe, this is about, again, a relationship. Maybe it could represent, someone else that you're in love with, that you didn't realize that you were going to be in love with, that you weren't looking for love, and it smacked you in the face. And that happens in life, that message is for somebody. I don't, these are general readings. It could definitely just only pertain to work. It's quite possible. But for some reason, I am thinking about a relationship. Again, the Ten of Wands came out, and I was just talking about the Ten of Wands, about how it is the, coming from a battle, you are scorched, you are, tired, you are scarred, and you are ready to put down your wands. You are ready to sit down and this is enough. Enough is enough is kind of what this card represents to me. And then you have, the bear in the background that represents, I feel, the universe, God, supporting you. You are not alone in this, and there is a purpose to this. And a lot of times, it's hard to imagine that the universe or God would put us through suffering in order to bring us out into healing for a purpose. That's kind of a really hard thing to imagine, because when you're going through the pain, you're like, wait, I thought God loved me. Why am I having to go through this? And just as a parent, if you are a parent, you understand this. We have to put our children through things that they don't want to be put through. That is part of learning and essential and needed. And I think in that way, in a spiritual mindset, it is that way for us with our journey and being provoked to awaken and grow and look at ourselves in a spiritual light. Wow, okay, we have 3 10s here. So, yes, so whatever has happened, or what is happening in your life has happened very quickly. And it's going to end quickly because of the 3 10s. Now, this epiphany or life-changing thing with the Tower here, and then the 3 of Pentacles. So like I said, it could be work or a relationship. Your enlightenment there, your learning is almost over. Okay, with that. You got the 10 of Cups. Now the 10 of Cups, it doesn't get better than that. The 10 of Cups is all about wish fulfillment. It is everything that you could imagine. In your hearts of hearts, when you think about yourself and you think about your soul and who you are, and it's about those things that we whisper to ourselves that we don't tell anyone, that would make us so happy. I just wish X, Y, and Z. If I could be that, or if I could embody that, or if I could have this happen in my life, I would be so happy. That's what this card is about. It is about wish fulfillment. It is about every possible thing that you can imagine that you want, it will come true. And sometimes, especially with this, I think that the theme here, it is not just substantially with or I should say, not just of earthly things with house, home, job, career, which I will add, I'm being called to say too, that this could also mean a collaboration with career, by the way, instead of a new love. It could be both, actually, right? But you see these 2 people, they're just in awe of all of the blessings. And then here on the bottom here, you see that they have a kid. There's a little deer. So it's not just them taking on all of these blessings. It's being shared. Their cups are so full, it pours over. And there is blessing from the universe. This is the blessing. This is gift that that are being given to you, that are your birthright, that you deserve, as everyone deserves to be happy. You deserve to be happy. And the last card we have is the Major Arcana card, which is the Magician. And that talks all about, manifestation. You say, so as above, as below. You are the creator. You are the co-creator with the universe in order to make your dreams come true. Being trapped in this energy that you've been with the Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 5 of Wands, and also the 10 of Wands. That energy, the universe is showing that to you for a reason, to help you grow and to empower you, so that you can realize and come into your own energy, that you are the co-creator with, we're not taught that with God. Religion says just pray to God and hopefully you get what you ask for. But spirituality, true spirituality, is the law of attraction. It is believing that you deserve. Number one, that's the first step in that direction, is to say, I deserve happiness. And no matter what that looks like, and no matter how painful changes that I have to make, right, with the Tower, no matter how painful these changes are, it will lead me to that growth and that 10 of Cups happiness. That is my birthright. It is your right to be happy. We're not taught that. We're taught that, to suffer is to be human. And that's not necessarily the case. You know, a lot of our suffering is, you know, self-imposed suffering because there are people who stay in this Five of Wands energy because they're afraid to dive off the top of that burning, you know, building and dive into healing. A lot of people are. They're not willing to leave this energy. And so you diving off and doing that is going to bring you everything that you can absolutely dream of. So let's go ahead and pick these 2 oracle cards, because I think I spent a lot of time on you, pile 1. We're going to do one of these, and we're going to do a Moonology card. Lower the volume there with my shuffling. Let's look for some encouragement from the universe for this situation for pile 1. And I get a card for encouragement for pile 1 and their situation. A card of encouragement for pile 1, please. Card of encouragement for pile 1. There we go. That one. And let's do a card of encouragement for pile. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Alright, so this card says, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender, the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Well, that definitely resonates with what we're talking about, right? Sometimes we are our own worst enemies, you know? Where's that 5 of Wands? You know, we stay in this disorganized, misdirected energy of hot and cold. Why is this happening? Looking for understanding in the wrong places. And this speaks of surrender, doesn't it? It is the moment that I embrace my peace and within and surrender. The outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work, which also talks about manifestation and having the universe be your co-creator. You letting go and allowing the universe to direct you in the direction that is going to be the most helpful. And look at this. A new start is coming. The new moon. Is that not the most... does that not resonate? Just like, I'm always in awe when that happens. So pile 1, please just take a deep breath. Understand that what you're going through and the reason why things are happening the way they're happening is because the universe is trying to bless you. The universe wants to ease your pain, wants to gift you with a new beginning. All right? And even though it has been painful and scary and, you know, troublesome to your heart with this Tower, whether this is an unexpected relationship, if this is an unexpected change with your job, if it's a relationship that you have with family, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter, quite honestly, because the biggest message here is that the universe is trying to bless you. And the ending is coming. And new beginnings are going to take place. So that was a beautiful reading. I really hope that it resonated with you. If it did, leave a comment. I'd like to hear if it did or not, or your thoughts. I wish you the best, pile 1. You guys are amazing. You're amazing humans that you are putting yourself through this learning, or even clicking on this video to even try to learn something about your situation. That really shows a high, a high level of emotional intelligence, and also a desire to grow and a desire to learn. And like I said, not many do that. So I wish you the best. You all really take care, and until next time. All right, pile 2. Pile 1 was a long reading, so we'll see how yours is. Yeah, it was a good reading. So, all right, let's see. For the shuffling, it might be loud, so turn down the volume. Okay. Why is this happening for pile 2? Why is this happening for pile 2, Spirit? Let's get one more card for why is this happening. Oh, I jumped. All right. Let's see what we got here. Maybe one more card. Okay. So the theme here, I think, is about a relationship. This could be either a father figure or a masculine energy of romance. There are no cups here, so I want to say that it could be a family member or even someone from your job, your career. And we're starting off here with the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands really, let's see if you can see that. I want to get it right. Okay, so the Ten of Wands, this deck is very haunting, I must say, but it's hauntingly beautiful. So you have this woman here who the rest of her body is made of branches that extend out into the clouds, and she has a mirror that she's holding up with her arm, but there's also a skeleton there. So it speaks both to like both living and dying, right? Like dying so that you can live, suffering so that you can overcome that suffering and move forward. The Ten of Wands is a card. Wands represent passion, and the number 10 represents completion. Like, you know, right before the butterfly breaks out of the cocoon, is that energy, is what the Ten of Wands is. And then we have the King of Cups here. And the King of Cups here he is half moon there. I don't know if you can see his face, and he's holding his cup close to his heart. And the King of Cups is an emotional king. He is a loving and compassionate king. He can be sometimes too emotional. In reverse, it would be emotions that are unbridled, that they are out of control. But upright, it is a card of just a very compassionate, loving king. And you get the Three of Wands right after that. So I don't know if you're planning to move with this King of Cups, or the King of Cups is proposing that you are planning to move, or that you yourself want to run away from the King of Cups energy, which is possible. Sometimes there are people in our life that mean well, but they're not exactly what we might need at the time. Or they're just sometimes meant to, you know, push you in the right direction. And Three of Wands is, the Two of Wands is trying to make a decision about where you want to go, what choice you should make in a situation. And the Three of Wands is really all about making that decision and planning to go. Like, she's got the boat here, she's looking ahead. Decisions have already been made for growth in a different direction. Now, what's curious to me is that this energy is very, I think that there are two people. This might be a situation where it is a love triangle, or you have the King of Pentacles over here at the end of the reading, or at the end of the cards. And I think that there is a person or an energy, or like I said, I think that this could be either a job situation or a love situation, where there is a direction you want to go, really would be with the King of Pentacles. Or maybe you're being stuck in the middle between making a decision that is an emotional decision. Like, it makes me think of the King of Cups represents, you know, a job or a relationship that really would feed you emotionally and make you feel complete. And then this would be a job that is, or a relationship that would be financially lucrative, or makes a lot of sense on the outside, but doesn't really you know, resonate with you on the inside, is kind of what this is. Kind of reminds me of, because when I got this last card, I was asking, you know, can we get one more card to clarify the Five of Pentacles? And the Five of Pentacles really talks about being left out in the cold. You know, it means like on the outside looking in, wishing that you could take part in blessings that are not available to you, and longing to be a part of something, feeling like there is no help for you. You're just left to your own abandon, right? And so when I think about that, I feel like, that this decision here that needs to be made, or you made the decision already. This King of Pentacles is not where you want to go. I don't know. I think that the universe is, putting these, there's a reason why this choice needs to be made, instead of it being straightforward. Okay, so let's get more cards. So why is this happening for pile 2? Why is this decision happening for pile 2, please? Oh, that's too much. We'll take all of the ones that are upright. We have the 7 of Swords, King of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Wow. Ooh. Okay, so the 7 of Swords, it's not the greatest card. It's a card that talks about things being hidden from you, someone wearing a mask, enlightenment that is not being shared with you. This woman is holding a bunch of swords and she has a mask on. She's got leaves on the bottom of her skirt. And really, there's a shadow behind her. I feel like the reason why this is happening, it is really being kept from you, or someone here. This 5 of Pentacles, I think what you're wishing that you could be a part of is not. It's not what you think it is. It's not this beautiful thing. You know how they say the grass is greener on the other side. I think really this is speaking to this 5 of Pentacles, that you're dreaming and planning for this beautiful connection with someone, perhaps this King of Pentacles, and the universe is trying to show you and warn you that not everything is being revealed to you, and that you should take caution. And there's going to be someone in your life, or this can represent an energy or an epiphany that you're going to have. This is the King of Swords. You have 3 kings in your reading, which, it's a lot of people. I think though it's more of a representation of not a person, but the spiritual meaning behind it. The King of Swords is a king that rules swiftly with his intelligence and logic. He's able to make decisions that his emotions do not get in the way of those decisions, and he's able to be very clear. And so perhaps the reason why this is happening to you is because the universe really is wanting you to develop your connection to your mind, and to get away from making emotional decisions. Because I feel like this energy with the 5 of Pentacles, that this has been very painful for you. Being left alone is a painful feeling. And with the King of Pentacles, it's slow moving. I think that you've been in this energy for quite a while, trying to figure things out. So this epiphany is going to happen for you. It is going to happen, and it's going to be revealed. This speaks about knowledge, and it also speaks about truth. And the 7 of Swords is keeping that away from you, but getting the King of Swords right after tells me that this truth is going to be revealed to you, and it's all going to come together for you. You have the Ace of Pentacles that come out right after the King of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles, it's like an offering and a message of not just understanding, it's an offering of rooted and grounded understanding about your situation. You're going to come out of this in a very rooted, like all of this energy of longing and sadness and being left out on the cold and not being shown things right away, the universe is telling you, just be patient, because it is all going to be revealed to you, the reason why, and you're going to be a better person for it. It's going to be a blessing. It's going to be, something that's going to improve your life. It's this indecision that you've been living in is not going to be forever for you. And it's going to catapult you in a direction that you will be 100% sure of. We have two cards that talk about going in a direction. We have the Three of Wands, right? But the last card that you got is also the Chariot. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this so that you can see the cards well. The Chariot in this deck, I think, is just such a beautiful card, because it has this woman. Typically, the Chariot is a man that's on a chariot, and he's got a black horse and a white horse. But this woman here, she's got a face that she's carrying. She's got two heads that she's carrying, and it really talks about coming back from a battle and being completely changed after that battle, and being completely just a warrior after that. Like, when you think of soldiers that go to war, when you see them at boot camp, they are nervous, they are sheepish, they are doing the best they can to be brave. But when you see those veterans that come back, they have a different soul. They come back different. They come back strong. They come back tenacious and able to withstand our civilian struggles and overcome them with ease, a lot of the time. Sometimes that's not the case, but that's a whole nother story. But in general, this speaks about bravery and having a completely different direction that you're going in, and then you're going like full force. You're like, oh, watch me now. Like if this King of Pentacles is trying to hold you back and you've been distracted with this situation, the reason why this is happening to you, and it hasn't been made known to you, is that there is going to be knowledge imparted to you. There's going to be someone that's going to say something or show you something or give you something with this Pentacles energy that's going to push you 100% in the other direction, and you're going to be totally changed after. The point of this suffering is sometimes that's the case, right? When we suffer, we go through a lot of things in life. Sorry, my computer is acting silly. We go through a lot of things in life that we don't understand, and we can't see past our nose sometimes. Like when you think of a 4-year-old, you tell them, hey, they want to run across the street. You're trying to keep them safe, and you grab their hand, you say you can't go, and they throw a fit on the floor. They can't see past their nose. They just know what they want, right? This Five of Pentacles being left on the outside. You just knew that you want to be inside. Come on. This is all I've been, wanting. How come I can't be let in? And it's because it's sometimes for our own good. Where's that card? Yeah. Sometimes we don't understand things with this. Things are held from us because of our own understanding. Maybe it's not a malicious thing that's being held from you. Maybe it's just the fact that you wouldn't understand it right now. But that understanding is going to come, and you're going to mature into this King of Swords energy. You're going to mature and grow and become completely, solid, just emotionally, and not emotionally, but like mentally solid. That's when the blessings and offerings are going to come. And then once this happens, the Chariot is right behind it. So this goes hand in hand. The Ace of Pentacles and the Chariot go hand in hand here. It seems like a very straightforward reading. The other reading was not so straightforward. It was a little bit all over. Kind of had a lot of things going on. So like I said, you've got 3 kings here. This could represent relationships. It could represent career paths, moving from one state to the other. It could mean, sometimes it means, like, with family dynamics can also play a big role in shaping us. But I do lean towards this being more of a not so much of a relationship, but just energies, like you being in this emotional 10 of Wands emotional energy, just feeling out of control because you really are focused on wanting to make a change. You know that a change is needed, but really feeling left out in the cold, feeling like the grass is greener on the other side and there isn't any help. And the King of Pentacles energy is a slow moving energy. It's a great positive energy, but it's slow. And it reminds me of like sometimes when we're being taught something or life is teaching us something, it feels like we are frogs that got put in a simmering pot, and we just sit there and we simmer, and not understanding why, not understanding why the pain needs to happen, I guess that's not a very good analogy. I was thinking of the other analogy of where, you put a frog inside some water and you turn it on and he doesn't know he's boiling and he'll die there. But if you put a frog in the hot burning water, it'll jump right the fuck out, which actually doesn't really make sense because emotionally and spiritually, just spiritually, it really resonates with me to say that the universe looks at us like that frog, right? Like let's say that the boiling water is our spiritual awakening. It is how we're going to grow to a higher level of understanding. If you were to just be thrown into it, you would reject it. You'd be like, don't come at me with this, this spiritual granola shit, like get out of here with that, like sometimes I've even felt that way when someone comes at me with things that I don't understand. I'm like, that's nice for you, but I'll do things differently, versus being gently shown things over a period of time, and in order to then gain understanding, that is like a brick on top of a brick on top of a brick, and to get to this point of fruition of our dreams, fruition of happiness that we deserve, which we all deserve happiness in this planet. We all deserve, that. We are not raised to believe that, but we are. We deserve happiness. Happiness is a part of living, and having the life that we desire is a part of living. And a lot of times we make decisions in our life based on, social norms, right? Or religion. You marry the person because you think your parents will like them, but they're not really somebody that really would make you sincerely, deeply happy on a fundamental level. Or you take that job or you get that degree because your parents want you to. Or, let's say you have different ideas about how you identify sexually and you don't say anything about it. You never go for it because of religious reasons or because you don't want people to judge you. It's all of that. We inhibit our happiness by not taking control of our own happiness and taking control of our own destiny, which is really also resonating with this, with the Chariot, taking control of your own destiny, not being a victim anymore of your circumstance, but really moving forward in a powerful, powerful way. So yes, that's beautiful. And then let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck. Wow, here you go. Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Pentacles is all about, she is Mother Earth. She is, she's got little bunnies there. It talks about being fruitful, being able to just multiply all that is good. She needs nothing. She cares about giving, and she cares about growth. She cares about the environment. She cares about anything that needs feeding. She's there. Very connected to Earth. Very connected to being self-sufficient and content. The contentment, really, that is what was lacking in this reading, is contentment. There is no contentment here. When you think about the Ten of Wands, the Three of Wands, yes, you've made the decision, but she's still at the cliff waiting for that boat to come through. I'm still recording. Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry. I had a moment there. Okay. I've been doing this, I don't know. Okay, sorry. For a minute there, I thought it wasn't recording, but I didn't have the card, and never mind. I'm still having coffee. Anyway, so yes, the Three of Wands, there is not contentment in that card because she's still waiting for the boat. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, there she looks happy as a clam. She's not needing anything. In fact, she has so much to give. She is more concerned about giving because she has so much. And that is a beautiful, beautiful place to be. And that's why this is happening to you. So it is not for anything. It's not to keep you imprisoned, okay? It's not to keep you unaware of why. It is unfolding just as it should for your greatest good, okay? So let's pull a Moonology card here for you, okay? Let me shuffle this really quick. And this is just going to be advice or encouragement from the universe, okay? What advice or encouragement do you have for pile 2? Okay. And let's do this deck here. This is the Universe Has Your Back deck. All right. Advice and encouragement for pile 2, please. So we have step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Now, I don't know astrology very well, but I know that each of us in our birth chart has a South Node and a North Node. And the North Node, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I might be wrong about this, but I think the North Node is about looking forward into your future, looking forward to, it's forward movement in your growth, versus South Node would be like looking back, spiritual awakening, dark shadow attributes of your character, and this would be moving forward. So stepping out of your comfort zone, which is interesting because we have this ruminating energy of just kind of stagnant. We have slow energy. We had the emotional energy here of the 10 of Wands and the King of Cups, and then the 3 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles, along with the King of Pentacles, all speaks of like slow moving energy that is, reminds me, it feels like in my heart like depression is what it feels like. It feels like my heart is heavy and really feeling like you have been duped, like something's being held from you so that you stay stuck. That's what it feels like. So this stepping out of your comfort zone really speaks to the Chariot energy. The Chariot energy, and taking that offering, whatever is going to make you the happiest is the direction that you need to go. Not worry about what social norms say, and unfortunately so many people do, listen to that. And I'm going to tell you, the more that I let go of that and the more I have made decisions based on my own happiness, sometimes even at the cost of someone else's feelings and emotions in my life, I have had the most growth spiritually. I have also attained happiness that I did not think I could have, despite on the outside circumstances really have not changed, but my inner growth has been transformed because I'm choosing happiness that is my birthright and I deserve it. And that's a hard thing to say for somebody like myself who I do have a hard time feeling like good things, like I'm worthy to have good things happen to me. So it's a very interesting change there. This says here, energy flows where my intention goes. Okay, so the universe is saying, look at this, both cards about movement here, right? 2 cards about movement. Stepping out of your comfort zone, and energy flows where my intention goes. So I think the advice here from the universe here is to be mindful of your mind and where your thoughts are going. When you consider things like law of attraction and manifestation, negative thoughts play a huge role in keeping you imprisoned, in keeping you in this 5 of Pentacles energy, just feeling like you're not seeing the things you need to see. You're not understanding what needs to happen. No one's there to help you. You are alone. All of those negative thoughts really hold us back. They hold us back from growing. That's not growing. Yes, you do have to get to a point where you understand where you need to go, just like this 3 of Wands, right? But just like I said in pile 1, there's that energy of like, anxiety is worrying about the future, which you can't control, right? You're not in the future. You can't do anything about the future. Or worrying about the past, which is depression. There's nothing you can do. The past has already taken place. And so staying in that energy, that stuck, slow energy, is not what the universe, that's not why this is happening to you. This is happening to you, all this epiphany of growth and survival and, endurance that you're being taught here. It's all about you moving forward and being able to be ready to receive the gifts that the universe has for you. And you are taking control. You are, what am I trying to say? You are the co-creator with the universe, okay? This is a direct, like, how religion teaches us that God in general is, I'm not a religious person, by the way, but it does teach you that, God is omnipotent and he is above us and he is the one that directs our life. And, there's scriptures that say, man plans his step, but the Lord, what is it? Plans his step, but the Lord determines it. Anyway, like I said, I'm not religious. But anyway, the universe, being in touch with the universe or God or the higher power really is not about that. It's not about being this kind of one-way relationship that, you have no control in your destiny. This is my life. I should be grateful for it. That kind of Five of Pentacles energy. What is here for us is this kind of like co-pilot relationship that we have with the universe, that we have that, just like if you were a pilot for real and you had a co-pilot, you would sit there, you would talk about this direction you wanted to go in, you would make plans according to that, and there would be, because you have your co-pilot there's going to be success. You're not going to be overburdened. You're not going to feel like you don't have all the tools that you need in order to get to your destination. You're going to feel like whatever I lack, the universe will make up for me, because my destiny is happiness. My destiny is to move forward and be the best possible human that I can possibly be, and be happy while I'm doing it, be happy while I'm here on earth, and have all of the things that I desire to come true in my life, because why not? Right? Why not? Why hold yourself back? Why put yourself in a box? You have big things that you have to accomplish, big things that you want to accomplish. And you have the bravery for it. You have everything that you need. But you just need the prompting, right? To step out, to get the bravery, to get the courage, to step out and actually be and live your true self. Okay? So that's very powerful. I'm so glad that you hung out for this reading. I hope that this message resonated with you, and I hope it encourages you. You are an incredible person. I have to tell you that, what you want to in your life, you deserve. And sometimes it will hurt people if you have to make decisions to walk away from relationships or jobs or, circumstances. But, just remember that, the universe is always going to work for your highest good and those around you. And you deserve to arrive at this Queen of Pentacles energy. All right? So I wish you all the best, and take care. Until next time. Until next time. Take care. All right, pile 3. Hello, darlings. So pile 1 and pile 2. This is, I have to say, has been a long reading, but I'm digging it. There's a lot of just amazing things coming through. So I'm glad you're here. Like I said in the beginning, we're gonna do this deck, and then we're gonna get some advice from these 2 oracle decks. Let me just, pardon me, I'm gonna get a drink of coffee here. Okay, so let me do one more shuffle. Why is this happening to pile 3? Why is this happening to pile 3, Spirit? Why is this happening to pile 3? Why is this happening to pile 3, please? Thank you, Spirit. Let's see, go one more. Why is this happening to Pile 3? Nope, I don't know, it's my shuffling. Okay. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't tell you to like lower your volume. When I'm shuffling, it's kind of loud. All right. Wow. I love this deck. I love it. It's so beautiful. It's so deep and artistic. All right, just give me a second here. Why is this happening to Pile 3? I feel like you're up against something. I feel like you're up against something that's challenging. Either a person or an institution. I feel like you have an uphill battle that you're facing. And I don't feel like you feel equipped for it. You want to be equipped for it. And I think the reason why this is happening is because the universe is telling you that you are more equipped than you get. You're more equipped than you understand. We have the King of Wands, or the Queen of Wands. I mean, look at this art. Isn't it just stunning? Okay. The Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a queen all about passion. She is, if you were to describe her as a person, she is gorgeous, she is sexual, she is passionate, she's benevolent. She is just a woman of great integrity, but also very in touch with her power, her emotion, her mental power, and the influence and charismatic nature that she has that can influence other people. So she's very, very, somebody who knows their worth, knows how to use their worth in order to get the things that they need, or to get whatever desired outcome, to have it come to fruition and to make it happen. And you have that, and right after this card you have the Magician. Magician is all about, it's about manifestation. It's about using everything that you have in front of you as tools for your highest good. Typically it is depicted with like somebody standing in front of a table, and all of the elements in tarot, like the cups, swords, wands, and pentacles, are all there. So that's why I think it's probably mostly associated with manifestation, because it's like you have everything in front of you and you are the magician. You are able to create anything that you desire. Whatever outcome you desire, you're able to create it. And that, along with the Queen of Wands, I don't know if you are a female or male, which gender, to me, it does not matter in tarot, but it could be that what needs to happen for you to overcome a situation is getting in touch with your feminine power. Now, masculine power is also equally powerful, don't get me wrong, but feminine energy is an energy that I think that a lot of us don't tune into, because we don't associate it with power. We don't associate female energy with being forceful or to influence, which is interesting, right? Because when you think of feminine energy, it is rebirth, it is giving birth, it is, getting energy, transmuting it, and becoming better. Like having the emotional intelligence to look at a problem, look at maybe a challenge in front of you, and be able to break it down and build it into something that works for your favor, which does tie into being the magician. Okay, so I think that's probably why this is, whatever this challenge is happening to you. Now, in between this energy and this last two energy, we have the Page of Coins. Now, the Page of Coins is it's a slower moving energy, but it's a young energy. It is an energy of an offering being given to you, a chance, not necessarily a miracle, but something of substance, something that is useful, a tool that's going to be given to you that will help you. And it might come from someone young. It might be really, this young energy could be related to it being a new idea, an idea or a plan that is a solid plan, but one that nobody has thought of before. A new plan, something that is yours to keep, that, you know, you haven't told anyone about. And it could be why you feel like, you might be feeling like, this person or whoever I have to tell this to, they are not going to take it well. We have the Knight of Swords, which talks about this night is a rambunctious night. It comes in like, it makes me think of that song by Miley Cyrus, The Wrecking Ball, come in like a wrecking ball, that one. That's his energy. He comes in, hell or high water, doesn't not give 1-2 shits about anything, coming in with his knowledge, almost in an arrogant way, in a way that does not, it's almost unthought out and unplanned. But nevertheless, he comes swiftly, all right? And then you have the King of Swords right behind him. And the King of Swords is very stoic. He is someone who is able to make very logical decisions that are, you know, intellectual. He's the one that can run the city, but doesn't deal with a lot of the social problems or the, you know, things that have to do with emotion or you know, emotional decisions or decisions that are less intellectual, I suppose, right? He is more cold in that way. Not unfair, right? Because he is swords, right? Which is fairness and logical thought. But not necessarily this energy, right? Like, look at how beautiful this energy here with all of the flowers. It's warm, and then it's just cold with blue and swords and clouds. So let's get more information about this here, because I want more information. Tell me more about what is happening here for pile 3. Tell me more about this. What is happening here with pile 3? Tell me more about this. Whoa! Wow, that flew out onto the floor. Okay. Tell me more about this problem for pile 3. Why is this happening? Whoa. Wow, they're flying out. Okay. Well, I guess the universe has a lot to say to you, pile 3. I don't read reversals, by the way. Okay, so just bear with me. I think that there's enough between intuition and what the cards mean. I think there's enough there that doesn't need to be then put in reverse. Not all reversals are bad, but okay. Oh my gosh. Huh. That's so interesting. When I picked up the deck to shuffle, the Sun card was on the bottom of the deck. And funny that I shuffle it and it comes out in this reading. That's so interesting to me. Okay, so let's talk more about what's going on here. Okay, we have the Tower, Major Arcana card. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Priestess, the High Priestess. Another 6. We have the Six of Cups. And we have the Sun. Wow. And the Hermit over here. So, the reason why you're going through this is because there is a Tower moment coming, okay? I say coming because I don't think it's happened yet. I think that, you know, the reason why it hasn't happened is I think that you do need to embrace this Queen of Wands energy and Magician energy. So there's like action that needs to happen before this gift, this pentacle, this gift, this idea, this whatever this is I think coupled with the Tower, right? So when you look at this Tower card in this deck, it is quite different than the typical towers with the art. You know, you do have a building that's getting hit by lightning, but you have these flowers, you have these ghost-looking butterflies falling down. Like there's a cocoon here, there's butterflies just flying away, but they look like they're ghosts, right? And funny, there's like a, you know, a crown there, which makes me think of a king. So I'm wondering if this idea that you have might be the destruction of who this entity is, whatever this is in your life, whatever the King of Swords is representing. This idea that is new, that you haven't shared, might be the catalyst for this Tower moment. But you might not be ready. You have to embody this Queen of Wands and Magician energy in order to really have the courage to make this Page of Coins known, to create this tower moment. So it's really pointing you in that direction. So I think what is the scariest thing that you're thinking of, like you're like, oh, I hope this is not what the universe is wanting me to, or I hope that God doesn't want me to do this, because I feel like, you know, this is what really needs to happen, but it's really going to ruffle some feathers, or it's really going to change the way this person or entity, your job, a relationship, a spouse, family, anything. It's going to change the way they look at you, and it's going to change their world. I really feel that way when I look at this crown. And then you have, after this tower moment, look what you have. You have the Six of Coins. Now, if you look at this card, I just love this card. She's like, you look at this person. This person is, you know, typically the card is this person that's rich, and they have two people kneel before them, like two beggars, and they're feeding or giving coins to one beggar and not the other. So sometimes it means, you know, it can mean you being the person that has the money and choosing where you're going to put your pentacles. This card also speaks to me of the duality of being with and without something. So like the kid is breastfeeding, but you can see that she has been through a lot of stuff. She's been through a lot, but she's still able to give. And sometimes we feel like our cup is empty and we won't have anything left over for ourselves after we've poured out our cups to everyone who needs from us. We have those that need from us. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, like there are needs that our children have, they require, that come from us directly. It cannot come from anyone else. And that saying goes that, you know, taking care of yourself thus takes care of your children, because you'll be more of a whole person in doing that. So that could be a situation that you're facing. But, you know, the Six of Coins talks about benevolence. And after this tower moment, there is benevolence there. There's going to be something that is going to be given. You can be the recipient also. Like if you look at this kid, you can be the one there, you know, getting the milk. Now, the cards are pointing us in the direction, again, talking about manifestation, because we have the High Priestess. And in my opinion, these two major arcana cards, the Magician and the High Priestess, are counterparts, in my opinion, because the Magician has all of the elements of tarot, right, at his disposal. But what is beautiful about the High Priestess is that she has all of the spirituality connection. It's almost like he has the tangible tools. She has the emotional and spiritual tools. And she has insight that no one else has. She's able to look at a situation and down to its tedious bits and gain a bigger picture of what needs to happen. Usually it is a woman in a blue cloak or blue fabric over her face, her head, sorry. And usually there are two beams there. One is black and one is white, and the initials B and J are there. That is not in this card. And usually there's the Torah. She has a scroll of a Torah. There is a piece of paper there, but what the focus of this art is the veil behind her between reality and spirituality. Like if you look past this little window, there's nothing but sky, and the butterflies, they're flying out through that way, and she's right in the middle. And over here it looks like they're like a Milky Way, and she's able to see between the veil and get insight that others don't have. And I think that is really why you're going through this, because you're going through a transformation of who you are in order to overcome roadblocks and challenges that are happening in your life, that are stopping you right now, that are in the way. And I think it's something that you fear. It's something that it could be a big change. You know, like I said, this is a general reading, so it could be anything for anyone. But whatever is representing something, you know, that you're not taking action because of fear, I think that once you do take action, right, once you do something like this Page of Coins here, right, and movement starts taking place, right, with the Tower, you're going to see things going in your favor. I think that's really what this Six of Coins is that You're not going to be without. You're not going, the fear that you have of, perhaps, it makes me think of the 5 of coins being left out in the cold. That fear that you have is going to be vanished. Like, it's going to be banished because the universe is saying, Mira, you have it right here. You're going to be given the gift. It's going to be in your favor. The universe is working for your highest good. That's why. Okay, that's why this is happening. And it's hard, right? It's really difficult to have to look at ourselves and believe that we can be this powerful, right? Can you imagine that you can be this powerful, like this Queen of Wands and the Magician? That you can actually really move mountains in your life and change the complete trajectory of your life. You don't have to stay in this cold, stagnant energy of swords. Not stagnant with the Knight of Swords. That's more of like a rambunctious, like, just cutting for no reason. It makes me think of someone who has a sharp tongue. Have you ever met those people in your life where you're like, yeah, they speak the truth, but they're pretty abrasive with the truth, and they're pretty disrespectful with the truth. It kind of makes me think of the Knight of Wands, So moving on here, after the High Priestess, we have these beautiful cards. I mean, like, I just can't even imagine. Like, pile 3, I really hope that you just take this to heart, and whatever this message is for you, whatever the circumstances are, that you understand that through your growth and learning who you really are and embracing your power, I mean, your life is going to fucking change. Your life is going to change. You're going to finally be happy. And I say that because we're ending here with the 6 of Cups. Now, the 6 of Cups here is just kind of like this plantation type house. It's got like sunbeams in there kind of shining on it, this umbrella, this little girl. Is that a little girl? Yeah, little girl holding, having to shade herself because of the sunbeams and stuff. And all of these cups have flowers growing through them. And so what's great about this card is that sometimes in tarot it talks about, maybe somebody from your past that you grew up with helping you, or somebody sharing something with you, maybe. And this could be anything. It could be an actual person. It could be you kind of reminiscing and reflecting on who you are, who your family is, who you're, like for me sometimes, when I forget how strong I am, when I forget how influential I can be, I think sometimes about my father. And I did not know him very well, but he was a very powerful man. He commanded a room. He was somebody that we all respected and others respected, and he influenced a lot of people. And I remember that I am a lot like him. I've been told that my whole life, that I am a lot like him, that I look like him, that I act like him. And so sometimes when I think about that, I remember who the fuck I am. And it's sometimes when you're in the middle of going through shit, it's hard to remember that. It's hard to say, I'm really more powerful than I realize right now. It's hard to even think that way. Usually you're just like stuck in your shit, stuck in the negative thinking, stuck in not going forward. And so the 6 of Cups speaks to, there is going to be an emotional shift for you, where either you're going to be in touch with either a family member that's going to remind you who the fuck you are, or this is connecting you to your spiritual path and your emotional path, and there's going to be serenity and peace coming to you after you overcome these challenges. Okay, and we end with 2 cards. Okay, we have another major arcana card, which you have 3 major arcana cards. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn, 5 major arcana cards here. So this is serious shit, guys. Pile 3. This is serious stuff that you're going through. And this is, major arcana cards for me talk about, they talk about more movement in your life, not necessarily emotions or ideas about something, or this talks about more about like actual events taking place to shift your destiny. And so the Sun card again is like pretty amazing. I wonder if you have children, because we have this child, we have the child in the 6 of Cups, I'm sorry, 6 of Coins, and also the 6 of Cups. So I'm wondering if this is a family situation you might be dealing with, and perhaps the King of Swords is someone you need to leave in the relationship. Maybe it's a marriage that you need to leave. That just came to me, so whoever resonates with that, that was for you. Okay, so the Sun talks about, it is a card of wish fulfillment. It is like, you know, the skies have cleared, the sun is out, and now it's time to reap what you've sowed, what you have worked hard for. This is the reward that you get for taking the chance on the universe, you know. And I think sometimes, you know, what I've learned and what I've seen in my life is that the times that I trusted the universe, and even if I looked like a fucking idiot doing it, you know, like I've made decisions and I've made decisions in my life that seem completely ludicrous and don't make sense to anyone, and it might not make sense for a while, but I trust the universe and I trust the direction I'm going in. And I know for a fact, kind of like that inner child that you have, that is like, you remember when you were a child and you believed in Santa and you believed everything that your parents said about that, and looking back you're like, I can't believe I just like blindly trusted them. I believe this guy came on the fucking chimney and brought gifts to me and shit, like, you know, you kind of think yourself to be silly thinking that. But sometimes with the universe, that's exactly what the universe is asking us to do, is to have that childlike trust that your highest good is being played out here. This is not going to be for your detriment that this is happening. This is going to be for your growth and for your highest good, and you're going to be so happy you made that decision. Just wait on the universe. It is going to be the direction that you need to go. That tower moment needs to happen for all of these beautiful things to be laid out before you. And I am going to end here with the Hermit. Now, some people think that the Hermit card, it's a major arcana card, that it's a slow, stagnant card, or a card that talks about no movement, that, you know, you're stuck in your head. But I personally think that it is not that kind of card. I think what I see here is that this is, now typically the card has just like an old man, usually, or old female holding a lantern, stepping out onto a ledge, I think, or sometimes it's a road or whatever. And the lantern is supposed to explain or represent spiritual enlightenment. And sometimes we go into this hermit mode where we have to stop for just a second to take account of our emotions, our feelings, our, you know, spirituality, you know, our, I might have said that already, but catch our breath, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Sometimes we need a moment to catch our breath. And that doesn't just happen with things that are challenging in our lives that happen, where we're like, whoa, this is terrible and I need to just catch my breath. But sometimes it's blessings that happen and you're like, ooh, just like, could you imagine, like, if someone wrote you a check for $500,000 and you could pay your debt off, like, all that excitement and thrilling, you know, emotions that'll happen, you would need to stop and be like, whew, I need to think about this for a minute and just let me revel in my happiness for a minute. And I think that's what this card is saying, is that the contentment that you're going to feel and the relief that you're going to feel is going to be profound. It's going to be profound. So I feel like this is super powerful reading here, guys. I mean, I don't know what you're going through and what you're up against. Let me ask a little, I didn't do this with the other ones, but I want to clarify the King of Swords, what the problem is. Can you clarify the King of Swords for pile 3? Clarify the King of Swords for pile 3, please. Who is this? Who is... Oh. Okay, whoever this is, again, we're getting a message of leaving that situation. You got the Six of Swords as your answer to clarify the King. So, this could represent a person, like I said, because this is a general reading. I'm kind of going all over the place with what it could be. Or it could be, you know, this is a mile marker here. This is whatever this challenge is, whatever this block is, the direction is to leave. You know, the advice is to leave. The clarification here is the Six of Swords, which usually it is a person in a boat that takes this family off to better shores. They are leaving their situation and going to a different land. But what I always find striking about this card is in that original art, the swords are in the boat with these people. So they don't necessarily let go of their problems, or they're not running away from their problems, but they're taking their problems and dealing with them in a different way and going in a different direction. And so I feel like, you know, if the King of Swords is representing a relationship that you need to walk away from, that's what this is about. You know, when you look at the Tower card and just the butterflies there, butterflies might be really significant for you in your life. Again, it's another card pointing you to move in a different direction. You got to leave that situation, whatever it is. You got to make a decision and go in the other direction. Whatever that is. I mean, it can be a relationship, it can be a job, you know, it can be a way of thinking even, you know. It could be the course of how you've been living your life, and the universe saying, you know what, you're going to have to make big changes, and it's scary. You're going to have to dive off the cliff, you know, dive off that mountain or that building that got hit by lightning. You know, take the chance. This new idea or this maybe unconventional way of living your life, and that is the catalyst in order to gain all of these blessings. That's the catalyst, and that's why this is happening. That's what the universe is trying to show you. Okay, so let's get some encouragement cards here. Okay, so what encouragement does pile 3 need from the universe? This is a long reading. Okay. All right, what encouragement does pile 3 need from the universe? Encouragement for pile 3, please. Encouragement for pile 3, please. Encouragement for pile 3. Oh, I'm going to come out here. Pile 3. There we go. All right, and then let's get a Moonology card here. Encouragement card for pile 3, please. Encouragement for that. Ooh, you got 2. Lucky you, pile 3, which I'm not surprised because of all the major arcana cards that you would have to get more than 2. Okay, so the first card that we have here is look at this. I am unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. I mean, doesn't that resonate with the whole, you know, powerful message of coming into your power and making that decision that's scary and manifesting it, right? Manifesting with the Magician. That's funny how there's pink here and there's pink here. You know, that might be your favorite color, maybe. Anyway, yeah, it's about making that decision and not apologizing for who you are. You know, the Queen of Wands is all about that. That's all her energy. She is all about, I don't give 2 shits what you think about me. I am who I am, and I am powerful as I've been, you know, wonderfully made. So suck it, right? That's what this is about, okay? So now let's see what these cards say. All right, Taurus. Oh, Aries, sorry. Okay, it's time. Oh my God. I love when these cards match. Okay, it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. So you might be in Aries. I'm not sure. You might be a Rams fan. I have no idea. But it's time to take action. It's time to be unapologetic, and take action. That's what the universe is saying. And then your second card here is communication is key. Gemini, new moon in Gemini. So I kind of associate this with this King of Swords. Maybe this is directing you to communicate with this King of Swords, because swords are all about communication. Excuse me. They're all about communication. It's about understanding and intellect, but it's also about communication. And the universe is saying, yes, take action. Communication is key. You get, this idea, this thing that you're going to offer, or that this precious young whatever. It could be a decision that you're making in your life, like everything from like saying, you know what, I want a divorce, or you know what, I'm going to quit school and start my own business, or you know what, I am going to close down my business and go back to school, or I am going to move to a new state, or it could be anything. It could be anything. Or I'm going to finally marry the person I've been in love with all these years. I don't care what people say. Whatever. Or coming out, sexually, just being like, you know what, I am gay, and I'm going to live my life as such, and everyone else can suck it. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be my authentic self, despite what everyone says. It could be anything, right? It could be anything, because this is general. But, like, one thing that's true is the universe wants you to take action and wants you to not be apologetic about it. And that communication is key. So if you have thought, maybe if I don't say anything and just move away, the universe is saying, no. You still need to communicate. But God damn it, it's going to be powerful. It is going to be earth-shaking and powerful. And you will be so happy. It's going to be worth it. Sometimes ripping off the Band-Aid and being honest about ourselves to be our authentic true self is exactly what we need to hear, and exactly what we need to do. And avoiding it just keeps us in, a very stagnant energy, and we don't grow from it. We just stay unhappy. And so, life is short, guys. Life is too short to stay in the energy of just not making decisions for our happiness. Society teaches us that suffering, there is nobility in suffering. There is no nobility in suffering when it comes to self-imposed suffering. When it comes to suffering that you're putting yourself through because of fear of change, fear of making a decision that will shake up everyone's life. Sometimes those decisions are very necessary. I mean, even looking back on history, things that have taken place, novel ideas that people had, they looked crazy. When you think about the two brothers, oh God, I forget their names, the ones who invented flying. I mean, they must have looked crazy out there in a field with some, makeshift wooden plane, But sure as shit, they were right, weren't they? Their novel idea was exactly what changed travel forever. So, keep that in mind. I think that this is a very powerful reading for someone. All of the major arcana is pretty significant, and there's going to be major changes for you. This is not just a spiritual idea of change. This is actually movement that's going to be taking place in your life. So embrace that Queen of Wands energy. Remember who the fuck you are, that you are a co-creator with the universe. You are the magician. You are the high priestess, in that you have the ability to see through with your intuition. You kind of probably already know that this is exactly what you need to do, and maybe you just needed this reading to give you that push in the right direction. So Pile 3, I wish you the best. If this is, if you want to come back and comment and let me know, I would love to hear your story. I think that you're an amazing person, and I cannot wait to, I'll daydream about all the beautiful things that are going to be happening for you in your life after you make this change. So take care. This is the end of the reading, and until next time, you guys, take care. Bye.